Yo, hope everyone's doing well. This is just an update video, again, documenting my journey from ground zero, being in high school, not really having any sort of direction as to where to go, being around people that didn't really elevate me as a person and just kind of going solo and seeing where it takes me. Now, about a month ago, maybe less than that, I hit $10,000 a month monthly recurring revenue, and that's with my marketing agency. Now, I'm no different than anybody else. Yes, I have a natural ability to articulate and communicate well, which is always useful because it makes sales a whole lot easier. And that's always been a benefit to me because I've always been able to make friends very quickly, which is obviously a very good thing. Apart from that, I'm not tech savvy as such. I don't really know anything about the tech side of things, marketing, never looked into it before. And I got to 10K a month, 5 figures. And I'm on track to hit 20K, maybe 25K in June. So putting that into perspective, this is really life-changing. This whole journey that I decided to embark on, going all in. Now, going on a bit of a tangent, but the most important thing is I'm going to run you through what it feels like to hit $10,000 a month. Everybody glorifies it, so do I. Everybody thinks when you hit $10,000 a month, your life is going to be figured out. You're going to feel amazing and you're going to be able to provide for your family and your life's complete. It's the opposite. You feel worse in terms of where you want to get to when you get to 10 grand than when you're at ground zero, purely because it opens your eyes to the reality that, okay, I'm always going to want more. So I need to learn to be joyful, but not content. Happy is like a fleeting feeling. You know, you can feel happy, you can feel sad. You can't really control it. Some days things are going to go right, some things are going to go wrong. But experiencing joy throughout the process is something you can control by doing the things that you enjoy doing as well throughout that process. Growing personally for me as an individual, growing the business, it's a big game and I love it. And for me, there's no milestone now. Like, don't get me wrong, my main goal now is $100,000 a month, but there's no point that I'm going to feel fulfilled because I enjoy the game. Like, I get joy out of scaling this marketing agency, and I truly believe this is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Maybe not marketing agency in specific, but business related. I love the game. Like, and I watch a lot of Alex Mosey. I love what he says about it being a big game, and it really is. It's like whack-a-mole, where you continuously whack out each problem. I heard Charlie Morgan say that, and it really resonated with me. But yeah, I'm just going to get up the drawing board, run you through the mindset as to what it takes to hit 10K and what you need to do after 10K and why it really is insignificant. Let me run you through it. Okay, so I've put together some very simple diagrams as to how I got there, how you get there, and basically what to expect when you get there as well. Okay, so let's start off with the machine that got me to 10K a month in my personal experience. Now, your main focus really should be increasing inputs, because the more input that you put in, meaning the more repetitions you put in to reach out to business owners, the more output you're going to get. The more meetings, the more volume, the better at sales you're going to get, the more sales you're going to close. It's a known fact that at the start, realistically speaking, you probably don't have any defined skill sets. So therefore, your main focus should be setting appointments and closing appointments. So how do you do that? There's multiple channels that I used, and personally from my experience, these are the most effective. Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, paid ads, and organic social media content. Now, social media content isn't really something that I've reaped the rewards from yet, but I'm in this for the long term. Therefore, I'm willing to consistently post 5 times a week to provide as much value as possible in my niche, because I know in a year or two's time, when I've got thousands and thousands of reels on social media, I won't be questioned. It will instantly be, oh, it's Cameron England. It's the marketing guy in my niche. So I won't need to worry about that. The credibility will already be there through my past actions. So that is the goal. I'm in that for the long term. More so, my main acquisition streamlines at the minute is Instagram DMs. And if you're wondering how I do that, I have a set of appointment setters, a team of 5. Each of them send out 250 Instagram DMs on a daily basis, and they get paid on a commission if I close the deal. So it doesn't really cost me anything. They get paid if I close a deal, which is quite high because, you know, I've took over 100 sales calls in my niche now. I kind of know what I'm talking about. Facebook DMs, 100 DMs a day over the course of 5 different people. Now, there is ways to automate this. I can't be bothered to look into it. Therefore, the next rational thing that I could do was hire people to do it on a commission basis who are willing to do that, which they're doing, okay? And they're awesome at it. And on average, what I'm finding is the conversion rate isn't as high on Facebook. Instagram, getting me about 5 calls a week. Organic content, 1 call a week if I'm lucky. It's probably like 1 call a month. Facebook, maybe 1 or 2 calls a week. Paid ads is probably like 10 calls a week. Reason being is because I'm investing a minimum of $75 a day into ads, which converts to over $2,000 a month. Now, The reason I've been able to do that is because I went through the hard work of DMing and cold calling prior to this. So if you don't have that capital to invest, don't do it. Go through the hard work. But if you do, then it's a no-brainer you invest in paid ads because it's going to bring you the best results in terms of these channels that you can invest in. Realistically speaking, this is the machine that you put input in and you get output out. That's what got me to 10K a month. There's nothing really too complex about it. And then when they came out on the other side and a few of those converted into clients and trials, I learned what to do. And to be honest, I was really selfish at the start because I didn't really care about results. I cared about getting paid. But now my whole mindset has shifted. Like, if you have a good product, you don't even need to do things like this because referrals will quite literally keep you in business. And your clients won't churn after 3 months like most marketing agencies. They will stay for years. So I know a lot of people condone focusing purely on setting appointments, which is so important to get to 10K a month purely because you don't have proof of concept. You don't know what you're doing. And how do you know what you're doing? You get people who are willing to put money on the line and invest in ads so you can learn, realistically speaking. And it's the tough truth, but that is how you do it. And then over the course of those clients that you accumulate, you'll probably lose a lot of them, but that's expected. You've got to expect that. Go into this with the expectation of not making any profit in the first 2 years. I've done that and I'm still making money, but it feels even better because it's coming and it's not expected, right? So get to 10K a month by closing appointments, setting and closing appointments. Then use those clients to get a proof of concept, figure out what you're doing. Mess up now rather than later. Learn the mistakes, the failures, learn from them, improve your product, improve the customer experience, and that's how you're going to win. Moving on. Now, this is what I like to call the agency owner funnel, which I would say about 99% of the people watching this probably fell at the first hurdle. Now, you're probably like, what the hell is this terrible drawing? Now, I see this whole SMMA and this SaaS bandwagon as a sales funnel. A glorified sales funnel. A bunch of people can come in the top because it's easy. There's a low barrier of entry. SMMA, no money you need to start. So easy. Pick a niche, close clients. You're sold on the vision and the vacation. So everybody's jumping into this funnel, right? And I'm classing these little spikes here. You can see those spikes are problems and hurdles that come up on a daily basis. Now, building an agency is a roller coaster. It's not going to be easy. Fires are going to happen. Let me give you an example. One of my concierge team members, employees, just completely left out of the blue. Didn't expect it yesterday. I had nobody calling leads, my leads, B2B. And I probably lost money doing that. So it happens and you've got to be ready for it. Fires will happen. But if you go in it with the mindset that the more problems that you can overcome, the higher the barrier of entry is going to be, therefore the less competition and the more money that's going to be made. The people that can go all the way through this funnel, that can face all the problems, that can get to the end, the top 1% right there, that's who's going to make 99% of the money in this game. The people that can go through all the problems, learn from it, and then break all the beliefs. Okay, moving on. So just to recap, the agency owner funnel, most of you guys will float around here. You'll face a couple of roadblocks and then you'll give up and you'll fly straight back out and you'll go into the next business opportunity. Stick to one niche, stick to one business plan and just go for it. Give it like a year and see how far you get with just one thing. Just overcome these problems and you'll be fine. They're going to be hard. Building a business is hard. It's not meant to be easy. Otherwise, everyone would do it. You know, that's why everybody's stuck in a 9 to 5 because it's hard and they don't want to do it. And this just relates to this. Wealth and wisdom is directly proportional to the amount of pain that you can tolerate. And by the way, this isn't like financial or mindset advice. This is just from my experience, what I've figured out. The more pain you are willing to tolerate and the more stress that you are willing to undertake and handle, I genuinely believe the more you will learn and the more wealth you will accumulate. You don't see billionaires that haven't gone through hell and back to get there. They've had to sacrifice family, friends, love, kids. They've had to sacrifice so much to get there. And if that's not your goal, that's okay. But you're still going to have to sacrifice regardless. Like, take me as an example. I had to cut all my friends off for like half a year. I had to cut all my friends off for half a year. I didn't really speak to anyone, didn't go to parties. It was tough because I have a big fear of missing out. I always thought I was missing out on something. Being pushed away from the friend group is a hard thing to face. But if you're not willing to do that, then you're not going to get there because you can't do it while hanging around with people that aren't pushing you to be your best. Just my personal opinion. And in terms of 10K a month, this is how I see it, right? So I hit 10K a month, and this is me when I first started. Little me. Let me do it in a fancy green just so you can see it a bit clearer. This is me when I first started. And my vision was just fixed on 10K a month. Apologies about my handwriting. But I was here, and then in order to get to there, which is basically what I idealized, the thing, the goal, the end result, as I classed it as at the time. So I worked my ass off to get there, sacrificing relationships, family, friends. I didn't really go to many family gatherings for 6 months. And I got there and it paid off, and I didn't feel anything. Like, in your head subconsciously, you think, if I can just get to that new goal, I'll feel amazing. My life's going to be amazing. It's not true. Because now I'm here. Okay, my drawings are awful. Now I'm here at 10K. I'm like, oh, I want to get to 20K. If I can get to 20K, then I'm going to feel happy. And it's a cycle that never ends. So you've got to learn to enjoy the process. Because you know what I've realised? Like, having a purpose and being driven to get out of bed in the morning is living the life. You might not think it now, but when you get to like 2, 3, 4 million, if you stick with it, you're going to realise that the good old days that you always talk about are now. The good old days are when you didn't know anything and you enjoyed learning. So stop trying to chase the next big thing, because that next big thing will always get bigger. Because as humans, we are goal-driven people. We're goal-driven machines. We're never going to feel content. So just enjoy the process and learn not to be driven by figures, but to be driven by the joy and the fun of the business or the game or whatever you're in. That's it from me. Just wanted to run you through that. Just keep it in mind. And any questions, let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram.